All right, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they are out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York. And this is their double dry hopped hop showers, the Sabro hop variant. So they are calling this an India Pale Ale. It comes in at 7.4% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old. So I actually reviewed a different variant of this in late 2018. It was the Citra lupulin powder variant, and I enjoyed that beer. It was pretty damn tasty. The mouthfeel was kind of lacking when it came to an Other Half beer, and it wasn't super complex. It was one of the more citrus forward Other Half beers I've had before, but it was tasty. So when I saw this one, I was like, Sabro hops, sign me up. So when it comes to Sabro, it's a relatively new hop that produces like a distinct coconut / pina colada vibe, and you guys know I love me some coconut. So when I saw they released this one, I was like, yeah, it's go time. So I've never had the base regular hop showers, so at some point I need to try that, assuming they release just the base version. The base of this uses Citra and Amarillo, and then they're double dry hopping it with Sabro, and that's pretty much all I know about it. So let's crack it open and get it into the #proper glassware, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so, you know, Other Half personified as far as the pour is concerned. I mean, so many Other Half beers have this pretty much same, I would say, same look to it. This has this really, I would say honey orange, but yeah, honey orange color, super murky and turbid, about a finger of a creamy off-white looking head, and just looks fantastic. So yeah, let's get a nose. Oh, slight coconut, like a slight creamy coconut, very faint. And the only reason I know that I'm getting that is because they're using Sabro. If I was doing this blind, I don't think I picked that out, but now it's kind of just my brain is just reacting in the way that's like Sabro's in there. I pick up on the coconut. It's very subtle though. Yeah, it's more pina colada than anything because I'm getting a big, huge dose of pineapple. It also has the citrus that the Citra lupulin powder variant had. It's, you know, tangerine and orange, and dare I say tangelo. It just has a real big citrus character to it. Typical Other Half beer, it has, you know, pretty hefty dose as well of dankness. It smells sweeter, doesn't smell like it's going to be all that bitter. Huh. Yeah, some mango as well. What is that? Ooh, like a fleshy melon too. Yeah, it smells pretty good. I'm getting a lot of different, it's very complex in the nose. I'm getting a lot of different aromas, and it smells quite inviting. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Distinct pina colada vibe in this one. Wow. Sabro hops are my jam. They just are. This has, it's almost like, and I mentioned this in another review, I can't remember, it was another beer that I reviewed with Sabro in it. It almost is reminiscent of someone, you know, basically aging an IPA or brewing it with toasted coconut. It's not that intense, but it's definitely noticeable. And then there's a big pineapple blast. So I'm getting pina colada vibes of this one, and it is delicious. The mouthfeel, way better than that Citra lupulin powder variant I had. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's Other Half. The body on this one at 7.4%. It is drinking like a 7.4% beer. Like, this is medium to higher side of medium body. It's not super thick or anything. I don't anticipate it to be. Right up front, that pina colada vibe. More heavy on the coconut than I think. Yeah, a little bit more heavy to my palate on the coconut than the pineapple. As it passes through the palate, it's more of a zesty citrus component. It's not really full on like juice, like orange and tangerine and tangelo and whatnot. It's more of the zest of those fruits. It finishes semi-dry with a low bitterness, but it definitely is, yeah, it's not a firm bitterness. It's like a low to moderate bitterness. Relatively clean outside of that, not a lot of lingering flavors on my palate. 7.4%, I cannot detect at all that this is a big beer. I'd guess like 6.5 if I was doing this blind. And wow. So I always talk about preconceived notions going into reviews, blah, 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 about, you know, not having any. I went into this one knowing that the Citra lupulin powder one wasn't one of my favorite Other Half beers. So I was like, hopefully Sabro just kicks it up a notch, and it has. Is actually just absolutely divine. Yeah, I'm really digging this one. Now keep this in mind. I love Well, I love coconut and I really like pina colada, and that's kind of the predominant character I'm getting in this one. So I'm probably gonna love this more than the average person. So rating on the double dry hop hop showers, the Sabro hop variant, low 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna go 4.4 out of 5. This is a damn tasty beer. I'm glad I was able to grab a can, which brings me to the value and availability. The value of this one, for me, is fine. I believe this is $20 a 4-pack. I believe it was 20, might have been 18, but I think it's $18 to $20 a 4-pack, somewhere in that range. I actually picked this up at Aurora Brew Works in East Aurora, New York. They did a trip to Other Half, and they brought some back, and I want to say I paid like $5.50 a can for this, $5.75, maybe $6, which, you know, they're going to knock it up a little bit because they went to the brewery. The legwork is already done, so I don't mind paying like an extra buck a can. But I would pay $20 a 4-pack all day for this beer, especially since now that I know that Sabro hop is really kicking it up a notch. Availability, brewery only unless you live in New York State and you have you know, some kind of bottle shop close to you that does trips to Other Half and brings it back and then sells it as, you know, slight markup. But yeah, for me, I think the value's there. The availability for me, definitely, you know, pretty easy for me to get nowadays. I shouldn't say pretty easy, but I can get it if I want. I would say if you like Sabro hops, you'd probably like this one. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it because I'm digging it. So that was double dry hop showers, the Sabro hop variant. I'm giving it a 4.4 out of 5. Damn tasty beer. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review, and until the next one, cheers.